Part 1. Understanding why hair loss happens. Before progressing with hair loss solutions, it's important to understand why hair loss happens in men. Male pattern baldness, also known as androgenetic alopecia, is primarily caused by a combination of genetic and hormonal factors. Lifestyle and health can also contribute here too. The scientific understanding and explanation as to why this happens is because testosterone, a male hormone, is converted into dihydrotestosterone, also known as DHT, by an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. This may sound confusing, but DHT can then bind to androgen receptors in the hair follicles, causing them to shrink and produce thinner, shorter hairs. Over time, this can lead to a progressive miniaturization of the hair follicles, eventually resulting in hair loss. This is shown on the diagram on the right. As the images move right, the process of miniaturization is presented to us. So imagine your hair follicles are like little houses where your hair grows from. Inside these houses, there's a special hormone called DHT that plays a role in hair loss. Now, in some people, these hair follicle houses are vulnerable to DHT. When DHT comes in contact with these vulnerable houses, it starts causing trouble. It's like having an annoying neighbor who keeps bothering you. DHT makes these sensitive hair follicles shrink over time. It's like the houses are slowly getting smaller and smaller. As a result, the hair that grows from these follicles becomes thinner and weaker. It's as if the houses can't hold strong and healthy hair anymore. Eventually, the houses become so small that they can't produce any new hair at all. It's like they've completely shut down. That's when you start noticing hair loss or thinning in those areas. It's like some of the houses have become empty and abandoned. This is something that can happen over a short or long period of time. It really depends on the individual and the many factors that go into this. Things like being on medication, lifestyle, stress, genetics, and several other factors go into this. So it's very difficult to predict how long this process can take. In some cases, the individual will only witness a receded hairline and the balding may stop there, as opposed to going completely bald. But again, this comes down to the individual. Therefore, the process can be anything between 1 to 20 or more years.